Today we're going to be checking out Battletoads. It's a pretty obscure game. I didn't even know it existed until I bought the arcade cabinet, but a lot of people have played the Nintendo version and they've never played this, or like me, just never even knew it existed. So it's a really solid 3-player beat 'em up, released in 1994. Rare did work on the game. It's one of the few arcade releases that they did have. I've been meaning to start some arcade reviews for a while. There's a lot of arcade stuff on YouTube. It's mostly just MAME. There's not really any commentary, or they're not even actual cabinets. So hopefully we'll be having a few of these coming. Got a few arcade games I can do videos on down here, and once I run out of games down here, we can got some buddies we can get videos there too. So hopefully we have a pretty extensive collection of videos pretty soon.
Stomping time!
First boss here, General Slaughter. He's gonna ram us, apparently. Pretty simple beat 'em up. You just have jump and attack. Pretty cool there, like with the saw blade when you kick. One of the frogs, his hand will turn into a drill, or it's a little more over the top and definitely more gory than the Nintendo game. But if you play one beat 'em up, played them all pretty much. But Battletoads does a pretty good job of standing apart from everything else. It's one of my favorite beat 'em ups for the arcade. You can pick up these boxes. There's weapons that'll drop sometimes. You get these flies, you get some health back. The game doesn't really get too hard until the later levels, and it's really mostly just the boss fights that become an issue. These guys out of here. You can run if you double tap the joystick in a direction. It's a weapon I was talking about. I think it's a better game than the Nintendo version. People really like the Nintendo version, so maybe they'll disagree, but alright, so we got the boss coming up here. This boss isn't too terribly difficult either. A lot of the bosses are pretty cool though. They're a lot bigger than the normal enemies. He's gonna just attack you. You gotta beat him down enough to kick him back towards the screen. And eventually we want to kick him back out to the spaceships. So, it just takes beating him up a few times to get it up there. Just run out of his way. You can kick him back up. And he looks visibly more and more tore up each time he comes back out. Last time he comes out, he looks pretty bad. There, and then you kick him out to off the spaceship, and good to go. You get a tally at the end of each level with how many enemies you killed, and it keeps a running total throughout the game. You can't even get on the high scoreboard unless you play by yourself. If you play with anybody else, there's not going to be enough guys to even put your initials in. And the same thing again between levels. You'll get a message with the boss of the next level. This is actually one of the cooler levels. It's a snow level. Some interesting enemies on this level. There's a reindeer, there's a snowman. Speaking of the reindeer, you didn't really get to see him there, but snowmen that'll pop in and they'll throw snowballs at you. You gotta jump and duck to be able to get through to hit the snowman himself. I'll be able to show you that here in a second. There should be one coming up. These guys also, there's a lot of them that'll come out. Man. They do that jump up at you. Just gotta kind of jump and hit them. There we go. Oh no. Third level is pretty much, I mean, you see a lot of the same enemies recycled throughout the entire game. A lot of the rats. This level is a little more interesting though because this side scrolls to the left instead of going to the right. A little bit different than the other levels, however small that may actually be. Interesting enemy on this level though is this guy. I'm gonna let him hit me so I can lose this weapon. You actually hit him in a very interesting location. You grab him. Apparently he's not wearing a cup because it's the easiest way to kill him and the most humorous. This about wraps it up. I'm not gonna play through the entire game, but definitely one of the best side-scrolling beat-em-up games on the arcade, and it's a shame that more people haven't played it. Gonna have more videos coming soon. Trying to do the more obscure stuff that I do have, but you know, there's gonna be some Galaga and Pac-Man and that kind of stuff in there too, so Donkey Kong, but definitely going to get a video of Donkey Kong 2 up soon. There's really a lack of that on YouTube especially, but I don't think there's really that many complete cabinets, and we'll talk about that when we get to it. But this was Battletoads. If you have a chance to play it or pick up a board or something, I would definitely recommend it. It's a great game, especially if you can get a couple buddies with you and play through the entire thing.